Hello and welcome again to the Thrifty Collector on yet another Hogan edition. Today I wanted to show three cards that I've purchased over the past few years. They're all PSA. They are all Wrestling All-Star cards and they're all signed. Two are kind of hard to get and there's some good stories to them. The first one is this Rick Martel. I bought this probably about 4 or 5 years ago. And it was about $30 it cost me. And not only is it PSA'd, it also has a JSA sticker on the bottom if you look right below the one. It was the first card in the B series of the 1982 cards. It was in pen, but it was at the time the Rick Martel, the regular cards were selling for about $15 or so. So I figured to get something signed, slabbed by PSA, and have a JSA sticker for a little bit more. I was like, well, I'm going to go ahead and do that. That seemed like a good decision to do right then and there. Really like this one. This is the only Rick Martel card that I have that's signed. Rick did quite well for himself, and I believe he's still living in Quebec and doesn't do a lot of signing. So if you can get something signed by him, especially this card, it's a pretty good idea. I have tried to see if anybody would be doing signings with him. And they all say that Rick's just not interested. He's too busy. So hopefully he will do a signing. But like I said, for about $30, $35 a few years ago, I thought that was a great price. Now, there was another card that the seller also had, and it was about $20, $25. And right when I was starting to get into the older wrestling from the territories. I was more of a WWF guy, being from New England. And this card was about $20, $25. So I went ahead and got it because I think it was like $1 extra shipping. And I hadn't seen one of this guy's cards signed. It's Colonel Buck Robley. Colonel Buck Robley has passed away, so he won't be signing any more of these. And in about the 5 years that I've noticed, I've only seen one other of these sell on eBay and actually be on eBay, and it sold rather quick. It went for about $750. So I don't think there's too many of these. And with the interest of people trying to get these cards signed, it's a card that's never going to go down in value. Buck Roby was a heel. So back in the 80s, if you were a heel, you didn't talk to fans, you didn't sign autographs. So I don't know how somebody got this. I don't know the whole story behind it, but I just think it's kind of cool that I was able to get it at such a low price. And about 5 years ago, people just weren't looking for these cards as much as they are now. So yeah, that's my Colonel Buck Robley. Very happy to have it. I want to say it's one of my favorite cards that I have, just because you don't see a lot of these out there. It's actually kind of rare to see them. And Buck Roby, I believe, has been deceased for about a good 10 years or so. So he had time to sign, but not too much. They didn't have the wrestling cons and wrestling conventions like they do now, so where everybody kind of shows up. So it's a great card to have. I've had a couple of people ask me if I was going to sell it, and I tell them no. I've had people ask me, name a price, and there is no price. I just haven't decided I wanted to part with it yet, just because it's such a kind of a harder piece to find. So that's a nice PSA one right there. That was a good pickup for about $25. Then about a year and a half ago or so, I decided to pick up the Hulk Hogan, and me being thrifty, it was hard for me to decide whether or not I was going to get this card. You will see a lot of these Wrestling All-Star cards, at least there were a lot of them out, in this size PSA holder that were cut. People would cut them because they are a little bit oversized than normal, and they would cut them to fit into album sleeves. So that's something you do want to watch out for. But me being thrifty, I didn't want to part. It was at $250 for this particular card. And my wife kept telling me, why don't you go get it? Why don't you just get it? And so finally I broke down and got it. And plus eBay was running an eBay buck special. I think I got like 10% back on that. But like I said, I paid $250, and right now these are selling close to $3,000 signed. So that was a heck of an investment that I've got. One actually sold of this card that was a PSA 9 that was autograph card, which the 9s are hard to come by, and that actually sold for over $20,000. So if you ever get a chance at a decent price, definitely do it, because this is probably the most popular Hulk Hogan card out there. So, but if you have any questions about any of these 3 cards, please ask. And like I said, all 3 of them are kind of my prized possessions. And remember, try to get yourself a good deal on these and stay thrifty.